Okay, I should be live right now. Sometimes it's weird and it says I am and then I'm not, but hopefully I am. So, hello, hi, welcome. I haven't done this in a while, but I am doing it again now. Yay. I usually start out awkward and then get slightly better as we go on, just because I have not done this in a while, like gone live. It's a little bit different when you film, edit, and then post, because I can filter what I say, like mess up, but I can't. I just mess up here, so that's fine. And I'm just realizing I have my computer on a pillow, which is probably not the greatest idea, because now when I move, the camera shakes, or it's a computer, but yeah. But it's gonna do that. So hi guys. Yay. My kittens are running around, the foster kittens, and hopefully they will come on the bed so I can show them to you. Right now they're just running around. You might hear them in the background. But hello, I'm excited to be on here today. They are crazy. They're just running around. Right now I have Sweet Pea and Love Bug for just a little bit longer. And then Love Bug is actually going to my rescue director's house to stay with some kittens his own age, because not his own age, his own size, because he's really small. And then I'm getting a kitten Sweet Pea size for Sweet Pea. Thank you. My lips are really dry right now because it's a matte lipstick, but I was worried if I put on a gloss, then it would mess up a lot easier. Like it would go outside the lines and stuff. I'm already very risky just wearing a dark lip, but so what's top surgery? So I think today's title was something about like tea and top surgery. So I am non-binary, but I do want to masculinize my appearance just because that is what I prefer. That is what I want for myself. And so they just knocked over something. So top surgery is basically a surgery that mostly trans people get to remove their breasts. And so one of the things I was announcing today is that I actually have that scheduled for, hopefully it's tentatively scheduled, so not literally scheduled yet, but I'm hopefully going to be getting that in August. So I'm just basically, it just removes breasts and then it makes it look like I have a masculine chest. So like right now I'm wearing a binder. A binder is another thing. You might not know what it is. It's basically something that flattens your chest if you are born female but don't want to have breasts. And binders are usually what you wear until or if you can get top surgery. And then you don't have to wear a binder after you've healed because you don't have boobs anymore. So yeah, I was just going to kind of introduce today. I will reiterate this probably a lot because I just started. I should probably do like a little bit of warm up before I share this actually. So yes, what is the healing process for top surgery? That's a good question. It will be different depending like what your doctor says, but my doctor basically has said that it's about a 6-week recovery process, and the first week you're not really supposed to do much. You just lie in bed, and that'll be great because I have an excuse for people to dote on me, which is just kind of funny. So it's not a horribly like difficult recovery because there's the 1 week where you're not really allowed to move, and then you can kind of start to walk, move around more, but you really can't like lift any weights or lift really anything over like 10 pounds for like 8 weeks at least. So that's a little bit sucky for me just because I do like to exercise and stuff. I've gotten into that recently, but it'll be okay. And you just have to take it really easy. One thing about top surgery is it's not a like surgery that has a lot of complications. It's just a tissue surgery, so they're not like going in and messing with organs or anything. So the recovery process is a lot like easier, simpler than like heart surgery or something like that. But how are you all doing today? I just want to make sure that y'all are doing as good as you can be doing. In general stuff, I took my ACT yesterday, which is, if you aren't in America, it's a standardized test that you take to get into college. So I'm going to be going to college relatively soon, next year after next. So I had to take that, and that was not fun. Do not recommend, except that you might have to do it depending on college. But for testosterone, I put that in the title. I think I literally I literally scheduled the live yesterday, and I already don't remember what I put in the title. Welcome to my life. But testosterone is the male hormone. The, traditional hormone that people who are born male have in their system. And so trans people that are either like trans men or non-binary people like me will take testosterone to masculinize their appearance. Hang on, let me turn my phone off so that I don't bother you with notifications. And it will do things like it will help you or help a person be more masculine. So for example, it deepens your voice. Over a long period of time, it will kind of redistribute weight from a more feminine body type to a more masculine body type. So it's actually really cool how taking a hormone can make those big changes to your body after a long period of time. So it kind of makes you, there's also estrogen for trans women, and that will basically help you go through puberty for the opposite sex of the one you were born as. So I actually just started taking it. I had my first dose today. I am taking the injectable version. So I give myself a shot once a week now. And it's not hard. I have a big benefit, I guess, in that, one, I'm not scared of shots. I actually started taking allergy shots when I was 5, or like I would go and they would give them to me, like a doctor. And I literally had shots like every day for a couple months, and then it would transition every other day, and then like once a week, and then it slowly tapered off. But I started getting allergy shots in kindergarten. And the only reason anyone was able to convince me to do that was actually because I was allergic to cats. And my parents were like, look, I know you really like your cat. I had one cat at the time, Mittens, and they did not want to give up this cat. We'd committed to taking care of it, and I really loved her. So I did the allergy shots, and now I'm not allergic to cats. But that was what got me no fear of needles whatsoever. I have no problem with shots. The only thing I don't like about shots is that for vaccines, you have to go in and you have to literally go to a doctor's office, and I don't like doctor's offices, but shots themselves, no problem. And also, I already know how to administer shots because I give vaccines to kittens, and also like fluids to kittens. So I literally already had needles in my house. So it's an easy shot to give. So yeah, I am giving myself a shot once a week now, which is pretty cool. I will probably not have any effects for a couple months. It's different for every person, but I'll probably not have any effects. Some things come quicker than others for like the process. But yeah, it's a few months, but we're getting started, and I'm so excited about that. Like, I don't even know how to voice like just how excited I am about being able to start T, which it's called T as a nickname. I just am so excited because it's just, as a trans person, I have dysphoria. A lot of trans people do have that. It's a diagnosed medical thing where I literally like feel like I'm in the wrong body, and I have a really hard time because I'm non-binary. So it's literally, there's not a body that is medically possible for a trans person, or for a non-binary person specifically. But I'm pretty okay. I have more dysphoria as if I was a trans guy. I'm not, I am non-binary, but I do still have dysphoria around my voice and also my chest, which is why I'm getting top surgery and starting T for the voice. Actually, my, what's it called? My natural voice that I had until I came out was much higher. So if you go back to my earlier videos, which is so embarrassing for me. I knew it would be embarrassing looking back on it when I started, but yeah, my older videos are embarrassing to me, but my voice was a lot higher. And when I came out, I did a little bit of self voice training to just go into a deeper bit of um, my natural range. So I talk a little bit lower. Um, will I still have my period? So yeah, that's one thing the doctor talked about. I already didn't have my period because I took birth control for cramps and it just cut out my period. But a lot of people stop having their period after taking tea, and I will still not have, yeah, I won't have my period even if I, after being on testosterone for a few months, if I stop the birth control, I still probably wouldn't have my period, which is really good because I hate it. I don't think there's really anyone that likes having their period. You can definitely like having a child, but having your period, there's not really many benefits to it. But brain just farted. um Oh my goodness. This is why I edit most of my videos, because my brain just decides to sometimes just stop functioning for a little bit. Like right now I was focusing on the fact that my kitten is playing with a toy, and that is all my that is all I focused on for a few seconds. I'm like having to redirect my brain. Do you have any advice for training your voice to be deeper without it? So I do believe there are some like videos on YouTube about that. I did not watch any of those. I actually did vocal training for singing for several years before I came out, for a long time actually. That's what I did pretty much from middle school to ninth grade, so like 4-ish years. So I knew how to maneuver my voice. I'd played male roles in the past, so I kind of was just like very familiar with my vocal range and adjusted based off of that. But some tips trying for me to think of. So I don't think I could actually go to that higher place comfortably anymore, because it's natural for me. So one thing I would say is kind of just try and lower it a bit. But I guess my tip would be don't hurt yourself doing it, because you don't want to like harm your vocal cords in any way. The way voices are set up, you have a range of speaking that's comfortable for you. So like for example, when I talk to my kittens, I'm also like, oh, they're so cute, and that is a higher range that is comfortable for me currently. And then you also have a lower end of the range. And so just kind of figuring out, getting to know your voice and what is kind of a higher range for you and what's a lower range for you. And then just trying to implement that. For me, it was very natural. But I know some people might just have to focus more on it until, just for a little while until it kind of becomes natural. But for me, it was just like I want to sound deeper. I want my voice to be deeper. So let's see, in the meantime, before I could start tea, what can I do to deepen that? So I just kind of did it. I know that's really bad advice, but for me, it was just like what was natural. And now I'm messing with my hair. The problem with having a split dye is like sometimes it's okay if it gets like a little messed up, but other times I'm like, I want it to be the nice split. And so it's sometimes hard. Also, sorry for the bad camera quality today. I know there should be a way for me to use my actual like filming camera and then connect it to my computer to go live, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So right now there's just my Mac computer. So sorry if it's like grainy or anything. I just haven't figured that out yet. I'm surprised neither of my kittens have come up here yet. Usually they love being up here on the bed with me, but right now they're just like, we are just going to run around. And I'm perched. I have like lights in front of me, so I'm like, I don't know if I can get off without messing something up, because knowing me, I would be clumsy and I would mess something up. I'm such a clumsy person. Um, but it's just one of those things, going back to the tea thing. I did have my first shot today. I was prescribed it on Friday, and then it took a couple days for insurance to accept it. I'm kind of shocked that my insurance accepted it and is covering it, because we don't have very good insurance in my family. So I'm kind of shocked that they did it, but they accepted it, which is great. And I'm just like, the way I felt after giving myself the first dose, I was like, just a sense of just like so excited for what's to come. I was just like so excited for like, wow, I'm doing something, and this something's going to be so good for me, because dysphoria is really debilitating for me a lot of the time. It's really hard. Especially like, I love kittens, for example, but when I talk to kittens, I'll talk in that high-pitched voice, but I like have dysphoria over that, and sometimes that's really hard. But you know, that can be hard, and I don't always want to film myself playing with kittens because of that, because I'm like, wow, my voice is high. And realistically, I know that even guys have high-pitched voices when they talk to animals or when they get excited or something, because that's pretty natural. And honestly, the people that don't have a high-pitched voice when they talk to animals are the ones who need to be worried about. But, and then also with my top, I wear binders sometimes to flatten my chest, but you can't wear those all the time because they are like squishing you. So you can't wear them. Goodness, they're loud. So you can't wear them for more than 8 hours at a time, and you also can't wear them like every day. You can't wear them to sleep, so anything like that. So I still have to chill with like my natural stuff a lot of the time, and that can definitely be hard. Also, like, I know this isn't the stuff that I usually talk about. I see there's not that many people on right now, but I am also going to leave this on my channel afterwards. So even if I have 0 people, I'm just going to keep talking to myself, and I'm just going to deal with it, because I know I'm not that cool a lot of the time. So we're just going to live with it. And hopefully someone will watch this afterward. I forgot what I was talking about. Wow. I was talking about, I don't remember. Okay, so we're gonna switch to something else, because I don't remember what I was talking about, and then maybe if I remember, we'll go back to it. But this is why I edit, because you're like, if anyone's like, why do you edit so much? It's like, I'm not cutting out anything controversial. I'm literally just cutting me either messing up what I say or forgetting what I was going on. And this is why when I do my videos, I usually have like a script, or it's really just like a rough list of notes of like what I want to talk about with the video, so that if I have a brain fart moment, which actually happens a lot with me, I can just be like, okay, what was I talking about? And then the list helps me. But that's why I edit. But I did a live today because I know this is not the stuff I usually talk about. That's what I was going on about. I know this isn't the stuff that I usually talk about. I usually talk about kittens, and I know I've done a few videos about LGBTQ stuff before, and those videos never get as many views as my kitten videos, and that's okay, because I know my channel is focused on the kitteny stuff. But being queer is a big part of who I am, so I do feel compelled to talk about it sometimes. And I did kind of want to do an update about me starting tea and me having a top surgery planned, because that's like a big thing that's happening. So I did want to update you guys on it, and I'll probably make an Instagram post about it too, but I don't know what picture I'm going to use for that yet, because I don't have that many recent pictures of me, besides like thumbnails and stuff, which are usually like not ones you can just post without any sort of editing, because it's a weird pose or something to do with the video. But I don't always like that YouTube kind of forces you to go in a box. I love talking about kittens, I really do, but I also do enjoy talking about other things sometimes, but it's like YouTube seems to think people are very one-sided. Like they're like, "Oh, you talk about kittens, you talk about books, you talk about makeup, you talk about gaming or whatever else. It's like you are this type of channel." And I'm like, "Yeah, I did set out to be a kitten channel. I do very much enjoy and love making kitten content." But whenever I'm like, "Oh, I just want to make this type of video," it never does as well. And YouTube like doesn't want you to make it. And so it's just kind of like, okay, so I have to post this type of content. And don't get me wrong, I love posting kitten content. Did she just get stuck in there? Oh well, figure it out. I think she can get up. But I just sorry, I got distracted by her by my foster kitten. But it's just I love making kitten content. That's why I started. I have so much fun doing it. I have a whole content calendar that's like pretty much planned through March now for just ideas that I have. And I'm so excited to make those, but sometimes I just want to just have fun with my content and just post random stuff, post books I've been enjoying. I love to read. Reading has been so much fun for me lately, and also just post LGBTQ stuff, just stuff about me. But YouTube's like, you post about kittens. We're not going to push any of your content that doesn't post about kittens. And I'm also not complaining, like, I have low views when I post stuff that I want to post that's different. It's not about the views, but just the fact that YouTube as itself doesn't support you posting whatever you want to post. It supports you posting one style of content. Hang on, pause for water. Stay hydrated, folks. That was very quiet when I stopped talking for a second there. But I'm just like, I don't know what to do because I don't want to make a second channel right now, but I kind of just want to post more fun, random stuff. And I think I might start doing that on my personal TikTok, which is at catlesscorin. I'm not catless, but I thought it was kind of a funny username. I also have at the kitten choreographer for rescue foster kitten TikTok stuff. But I also have a love-hate relationship with TikTok because it's such a short form content, and I personally like long form content because I talk so much, which is why I picked YouTube to kind of really start out focusing on. I didn't actually download TikTok for several months until several months after I started YouTube. I hopped on the TikTok bag. Oh my goodness. I hopped on the TikTok bandwagon a little bit late, and then I even took like a 6-month break from it last year. So it's TikTok and me are not best friends just because, I don't know, short form. TikTok is still great though. But with YouTube, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just like I want to update y'all on my trans progress, but I'll probably only be doing a video like that every couple months. And also, I was thinking the reason I decided to do a live today is one, gonna be real with you, I did not have a video to post. Life was complicated, and with my ACT yesterday and the day before that, I had a doctor's appointment, and it was just like super hectic. Last week was just crazy, so I didn't have time to film and edit something. So I was just like, well, I also want to talk about this, and I don't have a video posted, so I will just do a live talking about it. And I think that was a good idea, although now I'm rambling because I haven't done a live in a while, and I'm not totally accustomed to it. But I just wanted to do it, have some fun, and for some reason, lives are way harder for me to do than, oh my goodness, excuse me, lives are way harder for me to do than videos because I can't edit stuff out, and I can also like see the amount of people that are watching, and it's kind of just like so it's just a little bit crazy. But brain. My brain is not working. You can throw questions at me too if you want me to talk about a specific thing. I am doing a full Q&A in a couple weeks for my 2-year fostering anniversary. I think that's like very soon, but I am going to have to post the Q&A like a week late because my calendar dictated that. That's what worked. That's just what worked with my calendar and my posting schedule. But my fostering anniversary is coming up for year 2, which is crazy. That's like, honestly, I'm just shocked about that because I feel like it started as a little dream of like, I want to help kittens, and then it's turned into so much. I've like found myself throughout the past 2 years and have helped so many kittens and hopefully inspired other people to help kittens too, or just love kittens a little bit more. But it's just been such a fun time. And yeah, it's been hard too. Kitten rescue is not just all easy, but it's just like such a sweet time. But I can't believe it that it's like coming up on 2 years. That's crazy. And I started when I was 14. I was so young. That is not your litter box, sir. Sorry, I hear Lovebug digging in Smee's litter box. And I know it's Smee's litter box because he's not in his litter box because I can see it. But it's fine. I'll just change it out in a minute. Oh, hi. Welcome back. I am currently just talking about random stuff, but also how my 2-year fostering anniversary is coming up soon, which is really cool. Like 2 years ago, I had Glinda and Elphaba. I don't know how many of you remember them. I remember them. Most people probably don't, though, because it's really hard to keep up with other people's kittens. Like, lot going on in the world. And if you're like me, you follow so many other people, and I'm like, with my friends that rescue, I'm like, you have this cat, right? And they're like, that's not me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, sorry, you have this cat. And it's like, you can't remember who has which cat. And I am bumping my computer. Whoops. But kittens, they're so great. They're so amazing. And I probably should have gotten a list of questions so that I had something to talk about, because it's just like there are a lot of things I want to talk about, but I'm very indecisive on deciding what exactly to talk about. You should do a workout video with kittens running around. Because you like workout videos, but they're boring. That's crazy. I do work out, but I don't know if I could like film myself doing that because of insecurities. So I am gonna lean against the wall because I am not liking that position that I was in before. So the thing about workout, I guess we can kind of talk about that. I had a lot of problems with like body positivity and just myself for a long time, and I didn't work out for like 2 years straight or something like that because I just had a very toxic mindset around working out, and I was working out so much because I danced for a while and I'd also do workouts separate from that, and I was just not being healthy with the amount that I was working out because I just wanted to lose weight. And also, content warning for anyone, we'll be talking for the next little bit about working out and stuff. I shouldn't go too deep into that, but if you don't want to hear that, yeah, here's your warning for that. But I just had a really toxic mindset around it, so I ended up just stopping because my mental health just got to a point where it couldn't handle me forcing myself to work out anymore when I didn't enjoy it and I was just trying to lose weight. So I stopped and I gained a ton of weight, and at first I was like always so mad at myself. But eventually I started working out. Like, I went through these little phases where I'd work out a couple times and then not do it again for months. That was pretty much 2021 for me. But towards the end of 2021 and like now, I've really started working out again. I use Peloton, the app, to do all sorts of things. I have like a workout bike, and then I also do some other strength training. And I've managed to find a much better mindset by not forcing myself to work out anymore. If I don't want to do it, okay, I don't have to. But I have found that I do really enjoy working out and the process of sweating and getting my heart up. I thought I didn't for a while, but it was really just that I didn't like that toxic mindset that I had. So I really just try and get myself moving every day, but if I don't feel like it, I don't do it. But I do know that if I do it, I feel a lot better. So even if I'm not in the mood to work out, I usually try to like go on a walk. You know, my dogs love to go on walks, and it's still winter where I live in Kentucky, but it's not like in the afternoon, it's not unbearably cold anymore. You enjoy working out? Yeah. I definitely do think working out gives you a feeling of accomplishment, but for me it's just like it's good for the human body to move, and you totally don't have to be healthy. Like, I'm body positivity here. All sizes are amazing. And I was only really able to get back into working out when I threw out the idea that I needed to lose weight. I told myself, look, if you don't lose 1/10 of a pound from this, that's fine. You're okay. And I went into it just trying to make myself and my mental health better because I wanted to just move. So, you know, I started just doing some cardio on the Peloton bike. Or I don't actually have the Peloton bike. I have like a off-brand one. I just use the Peloton subscription classes. And I would just go on a walk, or, you know, I would just do a little bit. And then I realized that I really do enjoy moving. I really do enjoy working out. And so now I do it just for me. I don't care if I lose weight, like legitimately. Sorry, I got a little text, but I can answer it in a little bit. Too much of anything is bad. Oh yes, I totally agree. Like, most things are, let me rephrase that. Anything is bad in excession. Is that the word? Excession? Anything is bad with too much. Even too many kittens is bad. Anything is bad if there's too much. Most things. I can't think off the top of my head of an exception, but there might be one. I just don't know. But yeah, I realized that I just need to do this, move my body for myself, and I don't care if I lose weight. There's a chance I might gain some weight because I've decided to start strength training. Just some light stuff. I want to kind of masculinize my body with lifting weights. I want some muscles. Just because I enjoy working out, and I like just seeing what I can do, what the human body can do is really amazing. My best example of this is acrobat work. How can people move like that? How can people do that? But I'm not going to be an acrobat. I just think it's cool. Do you ever feel lonely in online school? Yes. Yes, actually, I do. Another water break. When you talk a lot, you need your water. Even if you don't talk a lot, you need your water. Water. Yay. That was so dumb. But yeah, for online school, I think online school is definitely the best for me. I've definitely been very open on here about my mental health, and I have really bad social anxiety. It is really hard for me to be in a situation with a lot of people, especially people, you know, I don't get on with, or stuff like that. It's really hard. I have bad social anxiety, and I was finding that going to school is just debilitating, and so that's why I decided to stop in 9th grade. And I think that's definitely the best thing for me at this current time. By the time I go to college, I do think I'll be ready for some in-person classes. But as of now, I think it's good for me to be online. It's more peaceful for me. I can get more done. I can get more accomplished for myself and also just other stuff. And I can also foster kittens. I couldn't foster kittens without being online school, but I do get lonely. What I've found to kind of remedy that is I make sure to meet up with people at least once a week. I need to see another person that is not a member of my family at least once a week. The easiest way I found to do that is I actually go to a GSA, which is a Gender Sexuality Alliance. So it's basically a club for LGBTQ teens. And so there's one in my town, there's one in my town, and it's just one from there's a pride charity in my town that is specific to my town. So I go to that one and I get to see some other teenagers and we get to do stuff together. I think we're doing a movie night this week and we're watching Encanto, and I'm so excited because I love Encanto. I actually suggested the movie, so I'm happy that they picked it. And that's good for me. And I also have some other friends that I try and, hang out with them, and that kind of helps with loneliness, but I do still feel lonely. I definitely recommend, if you're in online school or if you're homeschooled, to hang out with other people, to just hang out with other people if you can. And if you're at a point where you can't because of social anxiety, try doing it online. For me, when my social anxiety was so bad that I couldn't hang out with people at all, try online. It's a little bit easier. It's just a little bit easier for me, at least. What do you want to be when you graduate? Like, career paths. This is a great question. So I for a while, I really wanted to do something with kittens. I explored being a vet for a while. Then I decided I just don't want to go through that much schooling, and I'm also really squeamish, so can't really do surgery. And then I thought I might do something like running a rescue, but, running a rescue is not really a lucrative career path. You can't really make much from that. So I'm okay not actually making money from a rescue. I definitely still want to try and run one or be heavily involved in one, but I'm okay if that's a volunteer position. I actually want to be a therapist. I want to be a therapist and help people. I specifically want to focus on LGBTQ teens, because they are LGBTQ people in general, but also teens and kids, just because it's hard. And there are a lot of therapists that don't understand LGBTQ people or know how to specifically relate to the struggles, but I think I'm in a good position to help people with that. So I want to do that. You're scared of big dogs? You could be a cat-only vet. You could be a cat-only vet. But I get being a vet is also definitely not a good choice for everybody. It's also very competitive for schooling because so many people want to be vets, and like more people want to be vets than doctors because people like animals more, which makes sense. Animals are so much better than people, in my opinion. People can be great too, but animals rule. Sweet Pea is staring at herself in the mirror. Why haven't you come up here yet? Come here, Bubby. I'm trying to show you my kittens, but they're not coming over. They're crazy. They're crazy right now. I'm trying to get some bottle babies sometime soonish. But because it's winter, there's just like not any bottle babies. There's not very many. So yeah, I mean, it's just like there aren't many being born because it's not kitten season. I really hope that I don't know where I was going with that. You want to be a pediatrician? These children are low-key awesome, but sometimes also terrible, but mostly awesome. I love that so much. I also feel that way about kids. I definitely I have little siblings that are in elementary school, so I definitely know how kids behave, and I love them. I definitely want to be a parent. I'm never giving birth, but can't do that. But I do want to adopt or foster. I do really like kids. I think they're really great. I like kids, but yeah, they can be a little terrible sometimes though. And that's cool. Pediatricians are cool. How many siblings? I have 4, but only 3 live in the house. One of them is in his 20s, and so he does not live here because he is grown up and moved out. But yeah, I have 3 littler ones. Probably won't talk about really much personal information with them just because, they're all in elementary school, like I said, so they're tiny and they don't really know what social media is, so I don't want to subject them to being on the public internet with their information. You know, maybe when they're older, in middle school, high school, I'll bring them on the channel if they want to. But as of now, um, thank you for the starting tea. Yes, I am so unbelievably excited about that. I'm just so hype. Actually, one of my other friends is also starting around the same time, an in-person friend, so we'll get to like be tea buddies starting around the same time. I should have some tea today because I literally started like tea today, so I should drink some tea, like the drink from the leaves. It's hard to differentiate them sometimes because tea, as in like the letter and the testosterone hormone, and then tea, like I'm a tea drinker too, so it's like, is this the tea you drink or is this the tea you inject? But yeah, I should have some tea today. Tea is testosterone, what I was talking about earlier, for the hormone to more masculinize myself. You get to start in a few months. That's so exciting. Yes, you should let me know when you do, because that is so hype. That's great. That's great. I hate how it's so hard to get started a lot of the time, because either like doctors don't want to prescribe, insurances don't want to cover, all that kind of thing. You have to get diagnoses, especially if you're underage. They're like, whoa, war, we don't want you to start. What's going to help you? Which is dumb. But fortunately, my insurance covers it, which is like crappy insurance. So it's like, wow, but it's, it's good. I wish tea was more accessible, but I think it is becoming more accessible. Fortunately, it definitely is more accessible than it was a few years ago. But it is still definitely needs to be improving. I found, this is one random fact about it. It's kind of a thick consistency. I'm using the injection, the shot, and I give both vaccines to kittens sometimes, and those are very liquidy. You're literally mixing powder with saline solution, so it's quite liquidy. And then tea is like literally like a syrupy consistency, so you have to sit there for what feels like forever drawing it up into the syringe because it's so thick. Medical tech is crazy. Wait, what medical tech? Am I missing something? Is that like helping a doctor? Like a person version of a vet tech? You hate shots? Yeah, I'm honestly really glad I had to have allergy shots as a kid, because it makes me so immune to shots. I'm just like, okay, I'll inject myself if I need to. And they do have a gel option for tea, but the gel is more expensive, so we went with the shot because I don't really care about shots. You didn't know you could lower your voice? Yeah, tea really does lower your voice, and I'm so excited. Like, I want to be a tenor, which, if you don't know, is like a guy singing position. Yeah, it's really cool how hormones can affect your body. Like, I'm literally putting hormones in my body that are changing it. And that is very cool. I am very excited to have a deep voice and all that stuff. And I need more water. I hate drinking on camera because it's like weird, but I don't know. Hydrate. I have to hydrate. I'm live, so I can't cut it out, and I'm not just gonna not drink. Doodle beat. I know. Yeah, I posted on TikTok today something of like, here's my voice one day on tea, and I'm gonna do updates, and then string them together so you can hear the difference. Did I repaint my walls? I actually have only one of my walls is purple. So the wall in front of me is like an accent wall, and it's a light purple, but all my other walls are gray. So no, I didn't repaint them. I just have two different colored walls. I just have two colors on my walls. So yeah, the color scheme in my room is gray and purple. So I have both colors. Yeah, and then my bedspread is purple, so that's where the purple comes from. So it's both. I honestly, if I were to repaint it, I would do a much cooler toned purple, because what I have right now is like a lilac-y lavender type thing, but I prefer a cool toned purple now. But don't get me wrong, I still love it. It's still a good purple. It's so hard for me to decide what my favorite color is because I like a lot of colors, but purple, I'd say my favorite has to be periwinkle, which is like a mix of blue and purple. But I also really like turquoise and blue and purple. It's like I like all the cool toned bluey, greeny, purpley colors. Warm tones have a nice place too, but they're not my favorites. Like red, orange, yellow. Not my faves, but I do like them occasionally. They just don't look good on me in like clothing and makeup. It just makes my complexion look weird. My kittens are climbing on top of a playpen currently. Also, I think my rescue director texted me about like switching kittens with someone. So I'm curious as to what that will entail because I'm not having like no kittens. Well, I still have the dwarves, some of the dwarves. Some of them have been adopted, but slightly different. I want babies. I love neonates, and it's like sad day in the winter when there's not many neonates. I want bottle babies. I want my incubator, and I want to put kittens in my incubator. I said I want my incubator. I don't actually have my incubator right now because I loaned it to my rescue director. Or not loaned. She's not paying me for it. I like lended it. Is that the same thing? Yeah, I lended it. Now that word sounds weird. But I gave it to her temporarily to put some bottle babies in when she had a couple that needed to be separated. But I will be taking it back when I have bottle babies. Okay, let's talk about kitten naming. I'm just really excited to talk about kitten names. So there are a couple name themes that I really want to do. Encanto, I was mentioning just a little bit ago that I love that movie. Love that movie. And I want to do an Encanto litter. I'll probably do a couple throughout my time of fostering because there's so many characters in that movie. And I would not really, especially not this time of year, would I have a litter more than like 3. My rescue has multiple bottle feeders, so we sometimes split big litters so that, you know, we're not overwhelmed with like 7 bottle feeding kittens, or something like that. In the summer, I probably will have bigger litters because we won't be able to split as many because we'll have way more kittens. But in the winter, I probably won't take a big litter because we have free foster homes, or empty foster homes, that is. But I also want to do a Scooby-Doo litter. I have wanted to do this for so long, but it's such a specific gender and amount theme. So Scooby can be either a boy or a girl. It's a dog in the cartoon, so I don't really care. And then we have Fred, Fred, Daphne, Velma, Shaggy, I think. So it's 5, and they have to be at least 2 girls and 2 boys, and then 1 that doesn't matter. But it's just like so specific. But I want to do my Scooby-Doo litter, and I have to do it soon because someone's gonna take the name Fred. Basically, my rescue, we don't do the same. We can't repeat names within a year. So like if someone were to do Fred at the beginning of the year, no one in the rescue can have another kitten named Fred until the next year. So I haven't been able to do Fred for a bit because someone did a Harry Potter litter and did Fred and George. Hi, come here. This is Sweet Pea. She finally came into bed. Hi, Sweet Pea. It looks like I'm strangling her right now. I'm not. I have a list on my phone of names. Yes, I have a list too. She's purring. She's a good kitty. You a good kitty? Okay, now you're gonna run away because you're playing. They're super hyper right now. I don't know why. I feel like there's something related to whenever I film or have a camera on and whenever they get hyper. Like, they just get hyper whenever I turn on the camera. It's not like It's just whenever I turn on the camera, they get hyper, and that can be annoying sometimes because they can get loud when they're hyper. Yes, she is so cute. I love her. She's a little tortie. I should have showed you when she came up. She is mismatched. She is mismatched toe beans. So like some of her toes are pink and some of them are black, and it's super cute. I love mismatched toe beans and kitties. I probably won't have her for much longer though, because she's getting spayed this week, and we don't have hardly any kittens in the program right now because it's winter. So she's gonna be adopted so quickly. So it's the 5G radio waves. That's great. Yes, it is. That's great. But yeah, I'm like, how I won't have kittens. I might have to take a mom and babies. Yeah, I knew you were joking. It's a great joke though. Thanks for the tone indicator anyways though, because I need those a lot of the time. I'm like, I don't understand sarcasm or jokes some of the time. But I'm just like, when will I have I might end up taking like a mom and babies if it comes in. The rescue I work with, Itty Bitty Kitten Rescue, we usually do only bottle babies, but that's just in the summer. Like there are gonna be a ton of bottle babies in the summer during kitten season, and so we focus on the bottle babies then. But in the winter, it's like there aren't that many kittens, so we will just take whoever. We'll take moms and babies, just like whatever we can get. I don't like to be fosterless. I don't like to be kittenless. It's empty. It's lonely. Even though I have Smee, he's in the other room right now. I should have brought him in, but I didn't. He was just chilling. So I mentioned his surgery. We are getting it scheduled hopefully soon. The surgeon that's going to do a surgery was out of town for a little bit, so we had to wait until he got back. And I think he's back now, so we'll hopefully get it scheduled. If anyone didn't catch that video, Smee has a luxating patella in both of his back legs, so he's going to be getting surgery for that. 2 surgeries 6 months apart, so he has his first one hopefully within the next couple of weeks. No, I'm drinking again. You're playing. That is a syringe, ma'am. I forgot to throw away one of the syringes I gave medicine to them with over a week ago, because I haven't given them medicine in a little bit since they finished it. But she's like, this is a toy. This is a toy now. Kittens will make anything toys. I swear to you. They can make the most mundane objects toys. And so many of those objects are not good for them. Like, cats love hair ties. Hair ties are not good for cats. They can choke on them. Hair ties, not good for cats. But they love them. Or literally, what else have cats? Just anything. Anything. Anything tiny. A cat will make a toy. Oh, one thing. Have you seen that, like, TikTok challenge where people will put tape in a square on their floor and then see if the cat will go in it? Because I want to do that for my cats, because I think a couple of my cats are dumb enough to get in it. I think my cat Sunstream will get in the box and be like, or get in the square and be like, this is a box. Rock? Are you saying like kittens would use a rock as a toy? Because yes, that is true. Smee was using a piece of like dry food as a toy earlier, and I'm like, why? He's like, you have all of these toys that are made for you, and you pick something. Well, I guess food is made for him too, but it's not made for a toy. But cats, they just have this agreement between all cats that whatever you buy for them, they won't use. They use what you buy for you, or something that is not bought for anybody. Oh yes, for the toy, definitely. Like little small pebbles, they will use them. But they're just like, if you buy a cat a bed, cat's not going to sleep on the bed. But will sleep on the dog's bed. That's not for them. You buy them toys, don't use the toys. But they will play with everyday objects that are not for them. Same thing with food. They're like, I don't want to eat my food, but I want to eat your food. It's crazy. Like, these things are for you. Use the things that are for you, but they don't. Honestly, I'm kind of like that too. My siblings' candy or whatever always tastes better than my candy. I don't know why I used that example, but like sometimes things that aren't made for you are just better. You know, like things things my dad gets for his snacks, they're just always better than any snacks that I chose for myself. I can mooch on people sometimes. I can be a moocher. Lovebug just almost fell off my dresser and had to do that frantic, like, back leg scrabbling to get back on. He did get back on, though. You are a tiny man to be on such a tall dresser. Lovebug is so small for his age. He is only like 500 grams or something, and he is like 8-9 weeks, so he's really tiny. He had really bad coccydia for a bit, so he did not grow for a long time. He's finally growing again now, but it was like he was not growing at all for a while there. He and his sister are playing. Should I do another video of them playing? I should do another video of them playing. Well, actually, I won't have them for a long time. We're doing some switching soon with kittens, so I'm probably not having Lovebug for much longer because he's going to a foster who has other kittens his size who are much younger than him, but he's just so tiny. He doesn't always like when his sister jumps on him, hence the screaming you sometimes hear in my videos, because his sister's just Sweet Pea's so much bigger than him. So I am actually switching. The person that is my rescue director is taking him because she has some smaller ones, and then I'm getting one of her other kittens who is Sweet Pea's age and size. Her name is Dolly, or I should be getting her. I might not be because it's never like really confirmed until I have the kitten in my house. But she's really sweet. I met her once when I went over to my rescue director's house, but I love older kittens too. They're great, but I want bottle babies. I'm like, I want to torture myself by getting up in the middle of the night to feed kittens. Like, that's what I want. That is what I want for my life. But they're also just so cute. They're so adorable. I love bottle babies. Like, I feel like they're not the type of kitten that most people foster because they are so hands-on, but I have the ability to do them because I am online schooled, so I'm like always home. I don't go anywhere. Or like I don't go anywhere for more than like 2 hours, which is the amount of time you have to take. And I doubt there would be any newborns right around now because unfortunately when it's cold, newborns aren't going to survive without a mom for long. But I would not be opposed to taking another mom with babies, although I don't have the best setup for a mom with babies because this foster room here is also Smee's like sleeping room. So if there's a mom that is not wanting a 1.5-year-old wobbly cat, in her foster room, then that's not gonna work. Smee is not a threat at all, but sometimes some cats think he is a threat. Because 1, he's another cat, and 2, he looks really weird. Like, they don't understand why he falls over and why he wobbles and shakes, and they're like, you must be a threat. And I'm like, that cat? There is not a cat in the world that is less of a threat than Smee. He does not have a mean bone in his body, and he cannot even run. That cat can't run. But it's funny, my other resident cats are terrified of him. You love senior cats because they look so sad all the time. Some senior cats do, definitely. I'm gonna have I technically have a senior cat now. If senior is 10 and up, I have a senior cat because my cat Jewel, who I showed in my Valentine's video, he's the black and white one, and he is going to be 11 this year. So he's technically a senior. Right now, he just looks kind of grumpy, but he's looked like that since he was like 4. He's just a grumpy cat. He's a grumpy old man now, though. But my other cats are terrified of Smee, or like just don't like him. And I'm like, that cat is not going to hurt you, but he likes to try and run at them. He likes to launch himself toward them when they come down because Smee loves my other cats and he wants to be friends with them. But he just doesn't understand that they don't like him. Like, he doesn't get the like cat interactions. where like normally two cats would, be introduced and they'd, work it out by like one cat being like, I don't like you, but I'm the leader. And then the other cat being like, I don't like you either, but we're going to work it out. And then like, you're the leader and you're not. Smee doesn't get any of that. He just wants to be friends with everyone. And so my cat Jewel is like, hey, I'm the leader. Don't be friendly to me. I will tolerate you if you aren't friendly. But Smee's like, what? So you want to be friends? It's hilarious to see, but also like I kind of need fosters in my house because Smee loves other cats. So like he wants to be with other cats, and he can't be if I don't have fosters because my other residents don't really like him and don't like spending time with him. So the foster kittens are the only way he can get the other like cat interaction that he craves. So he loves playing with the fosters and chilling with them. So I do have a couple litters right now. Sometimes I bring the dwarves in to play with him in the other room, which is his favorite room to hang out. The other room in there is his favorite room to hang out in because it's carpet and he can move around easier on carpet. So I bring the dwarves in to play with them sometimes. The dwarves are a litter of kittens, by the way, if anyone was wondering. They're kind of teenagers now, like 4 months old or something. And then those two, Lovebug and Sweet Pea, are very tiny, and Lovebug is tiny, but he can still play with them. I've been on for an hour at this point. I'm not sure I'm going to stay on much longer because my voice is getting tired. I didn't know quite how long I was going to stay on, but my voice is definitely getting kind of tired. So I'll probably say I'll stay on for like 5 more minutes unless I get into a conversation or unless you guys have any other questions. I am going to be I cannot talk. I am going to be doing a more in-depth Q&A about fostering soon, but this is more personal. So if anyone has any questions for me about anything in my life, go ahead. I will not answer anything I'm not comfortable with, but I'm pretty open. So I wish Lovebug would come up here because then I could show him too. And I know he can get on the bed. He's done it. But he's currently using Smee's litter box, which means I am going to have to change that after because Smee does not like pooping in the box when other cats have gone in there sometimes. Sometimes he will, but just in case. Lovebug, I think his sickness is cleared up. Like, I'm 98% sure his sickness is cleared up, but I'm like super careful about stuff like that, both because of COVID and also because of kittens and their easy to spread sickness. Are you still vegan or did you change your diet for health reasons? I am not vegan anymore. I did change away from vegan for health reasons related to unhealthy eating habits, but I am vegetarian now. So I do eat a decent amount of vegan food still, but I definitely am just vegetarian now. Yeah, I still don't eat meat or anything that is made that had to be made by killing another animal. Or I shouldn't have said that on YouTube because now they're gonna get mad at me. YouTube can be mean. I hope that doesn't get me demonetized. Oh well, not gonna be a big deal. But yeah, I'm vegetarian, so I don't eat gelatin, which is made from that stuff. Which gelatin is, I can't eat normal gummies. That's I still mourn, but I can't eat vegan gummies, so I eat vegan gummies whenever I can. I'm so glad because there is a really good vegan gummy brand that is now in Target and Walgreens. I think it's called like Yum Eats or Yum Earth or something like that. How are you growing so fast on YouTube? I do not feel like I'm growing fast at all. Like, my analytics are, I only posted like 3 videos in January, which is probably the reason. Just caught up in mental health and life in general. So I have been posting less, and that's been dipping my views a lot. But yeah, I am growing a decent amount, which is cool. I don't know. I don't know why people like me. It's the kittens. I'm pretty sure it's the kittens. But thank you. Thank you. Um, yeah, but the Yum, I don't know what they're called, but I'm really glad some vegan gummies are starting to be more available. But yes, I think that is where I'm going to end it. Most vegan gummies are more like fruit snacks. Yeah, but those Yum Earth or Yum Eats gummies, can't remember. I think it's Yum Earth. They are very good. And they do taste more like gummies. A little bit fruit snacky, but mostly gummies. So that's good. I love those. But thank you so much for watching. Whether you're watching this live or later, let me know if you liked this casual lifestyle content. I might just do this whenever I can't prepare a video. But yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.